Philadelphia to pay $9.25 million to 340 residents after police used excessive force during protests. More after this. Hello everyone and welcome back to AFG's Point of View, where I give you my analysis of the most popular topics in the world today. In today's video, we have the Philadelphia Law Enforcement Agency having to pay $9.25 million to 340 residents because of excessive force. Before I dive into the details of the video, if you're new here, welcome. Welcome to AFG's Point of View. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. Hit that like button as well. There'll be more awesome, loving, wonderful people over. Similar to yourself. All my normal subscribers, thanks for coming back. I'm diving in. Some residents of Philadelphia have settled a lawsuit against the city police department. According to several news reports, lawyers with Legal Defense Fund and Abolitionist Law Center announced a $9.25 million settlement with 340 residents in Philadelphia, in which the police were accused of using excessive force on George Floyd demonstrators. Today's monetary compensation is an important step, but it does not represent the full accountability for the harm that occurred. Police fired tear gas at our home, leaving my 3-year-old son crying and my 6-year-old son completely terrified. The house was enclosed in gas and we were trapped inside and nowhere to go. The city still has not given us a simple apology, and it must be properly acknowledged this egregious act before true healing can begin. I agree. I pray the settlement will change how the city and its police force deal with those who are supposed to protect and serve. Okay, let me give you a little statement that that we have garnered from the magistrate Judge David R. Strawbridge. In a settlement order signed by Monday by U.S. District Magistrate Judge David R. Strawbridge, the city agreed to pay plaintiffs in 4 federal civil lawsuits, as well as contribute $500,000 to a fund that will provide counseling to victims of police violence and offer community-led programming. That money will be distributed to grassroots organizations via grants through the Bread and Roses Community Fund. The damages awarded to each of the about 350 plaintiffs vary depending on the circumstances of their cases. Attorneys said during a news conference at the Paul Robeson House and Museum in West Philadelphia. According to reports, the lawsuits focused on 2 incidents: the mass tear gassing of protesters on I-676 on June 1st, 2020, and the police use of military-style weaponry on demonstrators and neighborhood residents while attempting to curb looting and violence along the 52nd Street corridor in West Philadelphia, a historically black neighborhood. According to Law and Crime, the lawsuit was filed in 2020 and accused the Philadelphia Police Department of using rubber bullets, pepper balls, and other uses of force, in some cases hurting people who weren't involved in the protests. Okay, this goes on. It's a pretty lengthy story. I'll put the link in the description. That way you can actually read it on your own leisure. And I'm gonna dive in right here because we're not gonna, belabor the point. First and foremost, Philadelphia to pay $9.25 million to 340 residents in this great city of Philadelphia. I know you're wondering, wow, I wonder how much that equals to. I did the math. $27,200 for each individual that was involved in this situation. Now, how did they come up with that number? I'm guessing the judge calculated, the mental anguish that these people dealt with, and I'm sure they could have got a little more, but the fact that they're going forward and they're actually paying this amount is actually a step in the right direction. I very, very, very clearly recall the incidents in West Philadelphia on 52nd Street, as well as the incidents on I-676. Those were pretty extreme. Because I think what it was the police officers were a little, pretty much perturbed. They was a little upset. You know what I mean? Everything just kept going and going and going. They just wanted to get it behind them. They just got sick of it. But that's part of your job, you know what I'm saying, as a police officer. You have to go out there and you have to, provide order in an area where there is no order. You know what I'm saying? So that's generally your job. Now, as far as like you using rubber bullets and doing all what you're doing, they were just out there protesting. They wasn't out there shooting and throwing stuff at you. I mean, they might have been throwing little bottles of water here, there, whatever. But you got helmets on, you got riot gear on, you got your shield up, you know what I'm saying? So the lives of the police officers were not at risk at any given time during these protests, okay? This is one of the reasons why they settled the way that they did so fast. And they had to settle because, something like this would have came out and they said, no, you don't get anything, we're not giving you any money, we don't care, this is how it's gonna be. You may have gotten more protests. You have gotten more protests, more disdain for the police in your local neighborhoods, as well as, nationwide. So, I'm glad they came to a conclusion. The $27,000 is going to help some people out, especially in these days and times, because everything is expensive as hell. And, that can help out with groceries, some past due bills, and so forth and so on. So hopefully, that money can go to a good cause and all that. But, they also provided $500,000 in grants for, different grassroots and different, agencies that come along and have things like this for neighborhoods and all that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Building up the neighborhoods and, the people around the neighborhoods and, trying to make it a more of a home instead of a prison. You know what I'm saying? So let's just hope that this actually works. This actually goes forward. The money is actually divvied out the way it needs to be divvied out. Let's hope that, all the parties involved can be somewhat satisfied because, it was a lot of disdain. It was a lot of hurt. It was a lot of grief. It was a lot of, confusion. Just, the misconceptions of, the police are here to protect and serve. Yet we look, and as an African American community, we're being marginalized, beat down, pulled over for no reason, you know what I'm saying, stereotyped, you know what I mean? And it's nothing new. It's this is commonplace for us black folks, you know what I mean? Going way back to, segregation days and, things of that nature. So, even as far as back as, Emmett Till, you know what I'm saying? So, it's been rough, but the fact that these people got this money is actually a good thing. I'm happy for them. Like I said, I hope we do the right things with the money, you know what I'm saying? And just start building the communities up and start doing better things and, more positive things, because I'm just sick of seeing all the drama. I'm just sick of seeing the negativity, you know what I'm saying? And we got a new age, new group of people, trying to put it politically correct. It's a new group of people that's moving in. Basically what it is our neighborhoods have been gentrified, meaning it's been an all black neighborhood for Lord knows how long, maybe 20, 30, 40 years. Now we have Caucasian folks moving into the neighborhood, bringing the value up, as far as property is concerned. And that is a whole nother story within itself. You know what I'm saying? But bringing the value up, you know what I'm saying? But also, it's almost like raising the level of, what to expect. When you've been used to doing something so long for 20, 30, 40 years, Now, this is starting to happen. Now, things are starting to change. And you're like, well, wait a minute, what's going on? Like, you know, so you had to adapt to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And I see a lot of people, a lot of Caucasian people in the neighborhoods, you know what I'm saying? Black Lives Matter, which, you know, we do matter. And I don't know, some just saying it just because they don't want no smoke. Other ones are saying it it's because they really believe that. You know what I'm saying? So it's not 100% of everything. It's usually a good 80-20, you know what I'm saying, that, you know, they may be in that, you know, area where some believe and some don't. So, like I said, I'm glad these people got this money. Let's just hope they do the right things with it. Let's just hope these police officers slow it down with the crazy stuff that they're doing and the way they're treating, you know, the inner city folks. So we'll see. Only time will tell. But with that being said, if you like what you've heard, please don't hesitate to hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the like button as well. There'll be more awesome, loving, and wonderful people over similar to yourself. On my normal subscribers, thanks for coming back. On my new subscribers, you're the real MVP. I thank you. You know what I'm saying? I hope that you continue to, you know, click on these videos and watch. You know, I do my best to bring you something that's not ordinarily on the normal TV in your particular general area. You know, I try to give you some worldwide, something different, something new, because there's a lot of news stories out here that we don't see, that we don't hear. And I try to provide you, you know, with something that you may not have already heard, you know what I'm saying? So, hope I'm doing a good job. You know what I mean? If I am, give me a like. Do me a favor, all right? While you're out there giving out likes, head on over to TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter. Follow me over there, give me a like, you know what I'm saying? I do different skits, different, you know, stories, different things. Some maybe just a rebroadcast of this video on that platform. So, you know, so you never know what you may get. Well, with that being said, I love every single one of y'all. Thank y'all for coming out, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.